Hey guys, this is Kinglink86, aka Raymond. Welcome to another movie review. Well guys, this morning I have went and seen Spider-Man Homecoming, and let me tell you guys, this was a great film. To be honest with you guys, it was everything that I was hoping for in a Spider-Man film. Now, as you guys may have guessed, Tom Holland, who is in the middle of this poster, is the new Spider-Man, who has kind of replaced Tobey Maguire from the 90s Spider-Man up to 2000, and then we had Andrew Garfield, who played in 2 movies of the Amazing Spider-Man. Now we got the new Spider-Man. It's supposed to be a spectacular Spider-Man, kind of, but it may be something different, because you never know. Well, guys, there was a lot of Easter eggs in this film, and let me tell you guys, this was really amazing. But the one thing I found interesting was it was like paying tribute to John Hughes. John Hughes was one of the best directors of all time. He created one of the best movies like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and basically a lot. I don't know much films from John Hughes. Sorry, guys. I think he also did The Breakfast Club, which was really good, and also 16 Candles, I believe. But anyway, let's get back to the movie poster. What was really amazing, that really caught my eye, and who I believe did a great job, was none other than Michael Keaton right here, guys. As you guys may have guessed, Michael Keaton was playing Adrian Toomes, also known as the Vulture. Now, guys, the Vulture was one of the classic Spider-Man villains of all time, which you guys may have guessed that he was also part of the Sinister Six. Now, if you guys don't want to know don't know much about the film, there'll be a lot of spoilers coming up, because I would love to talk about it. But if you guys don't want to hear about the spoilers, make sure just end the film. Just give me a like on the video if you believe that it's going to be a great film. Just let you guys know. Well, guys, I'm going to give you guys 5 seconds. If you guys don't want to know about the spoilers, you can go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Alright, guys, there was a lot of Easter eggs in this film, because we've seen a lot of great characters and a lot of objects that was really significant inside this film. But the one I found very interesting was Stan Lee. What was really cool about that, Stan Lee actually admitted that Spider-Man was one of the greatest heroes of all time and his all-time favorite. Because, for one reason, guys, his creators actually looked up to him and said, "Why would you put a kid inside a superhero as a superhero? Why would you do that?" Because, in his words, he stated that all kids can be a hero. Anybody can be a hero, but it teaches them responsibility of what happens when you have power, and it shows you what kind of a person you would be. And Spider-Man was his all-time favorite. If you guys remember Spider-Man the Animated Series, the series finale of all the shows, there was like up to, I would say, 4 to 5 chapters. And on the very last chapter, there was an anniversary, I would say, that Spider-Man teamed up with different Spider-Mans from different universes in order to stop a new villain himself. But he was controlled by the Carnage symbiote. He was known as Spider Carnage. So, as one of the characters, we've seen a lot. We've seen the Scarlet Spider, we've seen Spider-Man in armor mode, and also we've seen the one with Doc Ock's arms, and also one with 6 arms, which was very weird. He turned into the Man-Spider. That was the point on that. But there was also one where he found out that this guy had no powers. He was like a regular human. So they went to his world, and he said, "Wait a minute, I'm a what? I'm a character?" And he said, "Yeah, I play you in a television show, and I want you to meet the man who created you. This guy's a genius." And as he entered, he said, "Hi, I'm looking for someone named Stan Lee." And they actually made a character, Stan Lee, and also he was able to talk to him and everything. But you guys, we've seen him on a lot of cameos from all the Spider-Man films, which was great. I think the one that made it really interesting was Spider-Man 3. As he was given the key to the city, he stood by him and said, "Hey, you know what? People can make a difference." And that showed right there's like, ah, cool. I think right there, Stan Lee has created a lot of the greatest heroes of Marvel history, and that made it very easy for that. So let's get back to the film. Back to the film on that. We met a lot of characters. We've seen Shocker. There was 2, and there was also now 1. To be honest with you, but you know what, guys? To me, it mixed with humor, a lot of action, and a lot of great. It leaves you guessing like what's going to happen next. It was also the best. So after all that, guys, we've seen how Adrian Toomes, played by Michael Keaton, was also trying to find a way to created the greatest flight suit of all time. Now I know what you're thinking. He wasn't like the original one where he was dressed in green and he had wings and he can fly. And as you guys can tell, he used the parts of the alien technology from the Chitauri battle back in the first Avengers film. It was really amazing how they were able to combine the newest technology from the Avengers, and as years gone by, bam, there you go. He created the Vulture outfit and also made other weapons. So guys, there was a lot of Easter eggs. I want to point that out. The Easter eggs. We've seen Stan Lee, and there was one part in the film where they were listing items. They said we have the new prototype for Captain America's shield. So that kind of the new prop for Captain America's shield. That tells me that Tony Stark is keeping the shield that his dad originally created for Captain America. If you guys remember what happened in Civil War, they fought each other because as you guys know, spoiler alert, he found out that the Winter Soldier, Bucky, was the one who killed his parents. But he didn't know that he was controlled by Hydra at that time. But he let his anger get the better of him, and bam, there you go. All this fight, and then as he was getting ready to walk away with his friend, he said, "That shield doesn't belong to you. You don't deserve it. My father made that shield." And he left it. So guys, that was a sign right there, as the director stated, that this will be the last time we're going to see Captain America. But as you guys will see the film, you'll understand. So basically, how it all went, I think that Tony is actually making a new shield for Captain America. So they are friends, but I think they're still not in speaking terms. But I have a feeling that we will see Tony Stark give him a new shield, and that would be especially for him and only him. Now, let's get back to the other parts. We've seen other characters, we've seen villains. We've seen a man who had, you guys are going to see this, a man with a scorpion tattoo. As you guys may have guessed, that was Matt Gargan. And in the Spider-Man comics and also in the cartoons, Matt Gargan was the man who was the Scorpion. As you guys may have guessed, I'm going to tell you on the part from the Spider-Man the Animated Series. J. Jonah Jameson, who was the boss of the newspaper article. I actually forgot what it was. I think it was Daily Bugle, I believe. He hated Spider-Man. He despised him. So he decided to come up with an idea. He met a scientist who knew a lot about neogenics. I mean, combining animals with humans, because as you guys may have guessed, that's when Dr. Connors created the lizard by injecting lizard DNA inside his body. So, J. Jonah Jameson had the idea, what if we combined some type of animal or bug in order to combat Spider-Man? And the scientist said, we're going to use the scorpion, because the scorpion is the predator of all spiders, because scorpions are more powerful than spiders. So, they used scorpion DNA and implanted it inside Matt Gargan. He was able to have super strength, super speed, and also very agile. He had the greatest agility, even better than Spider-Man combined. But as you guys may have guessed, he mutated. But he was able to control it. So guys, besides all that, he was in there. So that gives me an idea that I think because he is signed up for three other movies. So I have a feeling that we might see Scorpion in the next film. So, and what else do you guys are thinking about? It was a lot easy. We've seen the new Mary Jane, and I'm not going to tell you who it is, but you guys will know in the film, which is very surprisingly, And it was very cool how knowing the fact that how everything is right there. So, despite all that, we've seen one character who's played by Donald Glover. Now, Donald Glover, you're going to see him next. He actually is going to be the voice of Simba in the live-action film The Lion King, which is supposed to come out next year, or maybe at the end of next year. I'm not sure. But the greatest thing about the live-action Lion King is that James Earl Jones is actually going to play Mufasa again, which is going to be greater. So, the reason why I bring Donald Glover's character in there, because he had the same name as another Marvel hero, the Prowler. Now, guys, the Prowler is one of the strongest enemies that Spider-Man's ever faced, but he turned out to be a good guy because he fought another villain named Frost, if I remember correctly. His name was Frost. So, man, it's been a long time since I've seen the Spider-Man animated series, but he was the Prowler. So I have a feeling that we might see him soon. I'm not sure, but it's just a wild guess. But there's been a lot of rumors stating that in his character, he had a cousin, and his last name was Morales. Now, guys, I want you guys to know something. If you guys remember the new Spider-Man game that's coming out in PlayStation 4, coming out next year, Miles Morales is actually a newer version of Spider-Man. So, will we see two Spider-Mans instead of one? We will find that out either a year or two. But now, as you guys may have guessed, the post-credit scenes. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen the post-credit scenes that I posted earlier earlier today, and one of you guys actually told me to delete it because I'll delete it, so I had to delete it because despite all that, I almost had a copyright strike because it was Marvel and Disney's clip of that. So I'm sure you guys saw Captain America right there, but I was hoping for an actual clip of the Infinity Wars. And to tell you the truth, guys, yeah, I have no idea. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm sure you guys will see, especially, there's 2 credit scenes, just to let you guys know. 2 credit scenes, and you guys are going to be surprised at what's going to happen next. But above all, guys, this movie was great. It was even better when, it's cool how Tony Stark is actually in this film, which makes it a lot better for everybody. Now, the real reason why, because Robert Downey Jr. didn't actually want to do a longer version of Iron Man. He actually stated that he doesn't mind doing cameos or doing like a guest star type thing, just being there for a little bit of time and just come back again. In this movie, you're going to see a lot of that, which I find very, very great. And also, guys, we've seen a lot of other heroes. I mean, we've seen the Black Widow, we've seen the Black Panther, we've seen a lot of people in the Civil War. But now, as you guys may have guessed, next year we're supposed to have a solo movie of the Black Panther, and I think in May or June we're actually going to have the Avengers Infinity Wars. It might be a part 1 or a part 2. I have a feeling it's going to be a 2-parter, and we're going to find out exactly how that's going to be. Now, Chris Evans actually dropped rumors stating that the 4th Avenger film that's going to be happening, I bet it's going to be Avengers Infinity Wars Part 2, this will be his last role as Captain America. So who's going to be the new Captain America? Will it be Sebastian Stan, who played the Winter Soldier? It's been said that he was the one who actually took the mantle as Captain America. It was actually Sam Wilson who played the Falcon. He was the one who took the mantle as Captain America. Either one of those two will be it, but only time will tell, guys. Now, let's get back to the Infinity Wars, and this is where the end will be. This is where the end of my video will be going. Now, it's been said that the Infinity Wars is going to be a single movie, but it's been said that it's going to be a 2-parter. This is my idea of how it's going to happen. Now, if you guys remember in some of the films, we actually seen a lot of the Infinity Stones. There was one which we haven't seen yet. It was the Soul Stone. And I'm sure you guys have seen it. If you guys have seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, the Soul Stone is actually there. If you remember the post-credit scenes, spoiler alert on this, one of the Celestials actually had a cocoon coffin type thing. And then in that scene, he said, "What are you gonna call it?" Is I'm gonna call him Adam. Adam Warlock is the one who is the caretaker of the Infinity Gauntlet. So, in my opinion, guys, he was the one who actually had the Soul Stone in the middle of his forehead right here. Now, he's just like Vision, but this is like an alien, not an android, human type thing. So, above all that, we've seen all the stones. We've seen all 6 stones. And now, in my opinion, the first part of the Avengers Infinity Wars, we're going to see Thanos collect all of the stones, one by one. And the one thing I found really strange is the actual thing. Vision. As you guys may have guessed, Vision has the Mind Stone on his forehead. I have a feeling he's going to kill him. That's my idea. I'm not sure, but it's just an idea of how is Thanos going to get this Infinity Stone off of Vision's forehead. Easy. Kill him. So after that, I think this is how it ends. I bet he'll get the 6th and final Infinity Stone, put it on the glove, and said, now the real fun begins, and it will end. And in part 2, we're going to see the Avengers try to stop Thanos, but they will get overwhelmed by Thanos and his power. I'm sure you guys remembered what happens when you collect all 6 Infinity Stones. You'll become a god. You'll be 10 times stronger than any other person combined. So basically, it's like you're stronger than 5 Avengers. But here's the funny thing, and there was another spoiler alert that Scarlett Johansson actually said in the Jimmy Kimmel show. Late Night with Jimmy Kimmel, something like that. He said in the film Avengers Infinity Wars, there's going to be a total of 62 heroes in this film. So guys, I have a feeling that we might see every hero ever in this film, and this film is going to be the biggest film that's ever made. You guys thought the first Avengers was great. Tom Holland says no one is going to be prepared for the Infinity Wars. You guys are never going to believe what you're about to see. So guys, next year we're going to see the biggest Avengers film ever made, and it's going to be the greatest. But guys, if you guys have seen the film Spider-Man Homecoming, give me your opinions on how you liked the film, and what did you think about Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and also what did you guys think about Michael Keaton as the Vulture. Give me your opinions, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more reactions, more gameplay. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed this. Yeah, guys, give me your opinions on how you believe the movie was. The movie was great. A lot of action, a lot of comedy, which makes it a lot better. And they even had a great villain. Michael Keaton did a great job. Well, guys, thank you for watching. And don't forget, stay positive. And I rate this movie a 9.5. This was the greatest movie. If you're wondering about the 0.5, not much. The only thing I can say is just, the only reason I give it a 9.5 is because of one reason. It's this person right here. Marissa Tomei. Don't get me wrong, she's a great actress. I like Sally Field as Aunt May. But she's a little young, to be honest with you. A little young. But Sally Field did a hell of a job as Aunt May. I wish they still had her in there. But I digress. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. And don't forget, stay positive, guys.